So a go zone is something we put near the door to consolidate all the things that you need in the morning. It's like a set of starting blocks for your children's day. So in terms of furniture, you don't need anything specific. The sort of standard cube units are really good, but even just a couple of chairs and tubs near the door is fine. For now, we're going to use this cube unit, which is probably good for 2 children, and we're going to start setting it up. We definitely want school bags in there. So we're going to put shoes at the bottom because they tend to be dirty. We could put another tub at the top with hats, drink bottle, school jacket, activity bags, swimming bag, dancing bag, scouts, that kind of thing. You might also want to have a communal tub with things like sunscreen, umbrellas, that kind of thing. I also quite like to have a tub for my stuff, which would include sunnies, library book that I need to return, you know, your supermarket shopping bags, to remember to take those. If you have a dog, your dog could also have their own tub. Hair ties, you'll know the pain of hair ties being spread all throughout the house. The joy of having them here is finding them, but also having somewhere to put them away. Another tip is having some snacks near the door so that they can choose one and pop it in their lunchbox. It's a bit of an incentive to get moving and to make organising a little bit fun for them. It's also fine to repurpose product boxes. Keeping it neat is really good, but you don't have to spend a lot of money. Just use what you've got. Now, in terms of jackets, another idea is the over-the-door hooks, which I've been loving lately. It's great if you're renting because you don't need to drill any holes or do anything too intense. And finally, giving the kids somewhere to sit down and tie up their shoes is a great idea. This chest works well for me because it also houses other shoes and could house some other supplies for your setup. And of course, a mirror for kids to be able to check themselves before they leave the house. And now you have your go zone so that your kids can be organised for the day. Now let's talk toys. This is a familiar scene, I'm sure, but having all the toys spread over the floor or in the room at all times does not inspire play. And if anything, it can be counterproductive and be overwhelming for children. So what we want to do is categorise and contain their stuff so that they can find what they need, and it also makes it really easy for them to put things away. So that's the Lego box. This is going to contain balls, and this could be our arts and crafts box. With fabric boxes like this, you might find that sticky labels don't adhere for very long. So you could look at something like swing tags. You can attach that with some plain string to the handle. You can also use a variety of clips. For extra clarity, if your child is not literary yet, you could get them to help you make some drawings to stick on there for quick, easy identification of what's in each box. And the beauty of that is that there are no excuses for not knowing where things go. So the container concept is really good for introducing physical boundaries to how much stuff your children accumulate. It's a good way to explain to children that space is a finite resource, and the earlier you can do that with kids, the better. Okay, so now that we've got everything in the boxes, we can put them away, and it might be worthwhile having a limit on how many tubs the kids have out at one time, because when they have everything out at once, things end up being really cross-contaminated. There's a lot of mess in each tub and it's really hard to unravel, and your kids won't want to sort that out. So maybe put a limit on allowing them to have 1 or 2 tubs out at a time, and if they want to get a new one out, they've got to put another one away. If you can, especially when they're young, maybe withhold a couple of tubs, put them in the shed or up high so that they don't have access to all their toys all the time. because again, it does lead to overwhelm, and the novelty of having a refreshed supply of toys is priceless, and it means that they get more value out of their toys and they'll play with them for longer, which is what we want, right? So there we go. I hope I've given you some new ideas to make living with kids and their daily routines a bit easier.